Okay, so this is the first round of a daily event on Magic Online, and I'm up against this guy. Can just be friendly and then never do it again. I think this guy plays Storm combo because most people play the same decks like me. And considering that this hand is mulligan, I have the mana and I have Brainstorm that could find my Force of Will, but without Batterskull and Swords of Plowshares, the hand is the same hand, so a mulligan, and of course I get the cards I need. And of course I am wrong. But I have the misstep for his Hierarch, I assume. So this is probably Natural Order Rug, and game 1 I have no answer to Natural Order Progenitus. So I will try to stop him at 3 mana and no green creature. We'll see how that goes. They also play Wasteland, so I have to try and be careful with my mana. This is a deck that Stoneforge Mystic is very good against game 1 and worthless game 2, I think. Almost worthless, since they play so many value removal against the equipments. So my plan is to stick one now and find Batterskull. See here, this could be dangerous if it taps up, play 1 mana and Natural Order. But I'm not gonna Force of Will the Hierarch, since I could force the Natural Order instead, if that's the big plan. I have won against Progenitus a few times with Batterskull equipped with Sword, but that's not gonna happen in most games. I prefer to play against this version of Natural Order rather than Bant, because they try to be more control-ish, and stuff like Lightning Bolt on my Mystic is actually okay, since they don't put on much pressure. They don't have the Knight of the Reliquaries that I'm really worried about. And I know I click a lot. So if I brainstorm now, I have to consider my options. What can I draw and play? It's often better to wait with the brainstorm in response to whatever they are doing. But right now I will be able to have 3 mana available, perhaps to Vendilion Click or Stoneforge. So I'm gonna use it now. And also, if they have Mental Misstep, I can fetch my land and play Spell Status Sprite. They could have Daze now, I suppose. I should have played my land. I'm a bit all in on this plan because I need another blue card for Force of Will. And yeah. So small things like that hurt a lot in Legacy. So we could tap out and play Jace or Natural Order, which I could have prevented by playing the land instead. Sometimes it's good to drag the days out of them if you're mana light, but since I have even my 5th land in hand, that was wrong. Okay, so Vendilion Clique. I could force it and tap out for Batterskull, but I think what will he do? If he have Jace or Natural Order on his own, he will remove my... Actually, I don't know. I think he will remove Jace, no matter what, because if that sticks, I will be able to find another blue card for Force of Will. Since I can Fate Seal him and he will survive unless he plays another Exalted dude. I could also bounce Vendilion Clique. I can bounce it with Kavakas. So I'm just gonna let it resolve and he will take Jace. And I will bounce Vendilion Clique with Caracas. And hopefully I'll draw another Jace. I have to be a bit careful if I will resolve Jace. I have to play it first before I bounce the Vendilion Clique with Caracas. It's just because if you have Force of Will, he will be able to remove the click for it. So small things like that could change the game. I've done all of those mistakes at least once before. Okay. So he does not have a lot of action. Otherwise that would have been wrong, I think. I don't really get why he did that. Of course. So if I brainstorm now and bounce the click, Jace will survive against another Exalted dude, but not against the Bolt. I think I rather play it safe and remove eventual Jace and Natural Orders from him. That is actually okay. And of course I'm gonna wait for him to attack with the click and bounce it then to remove Exalted. The ability to attack with Hierarch. If he's smart, he will just attack with the Hierarch into Jace. But I'll let him have that decision. And if he does, he won't be able to replay the click. It's tough. The question is, do I bounce the click or... I think I'd rather wait. I only have one 5-drop, and that's Batterskull and Eventual Force of Will, so I can wait. I have the misstep for Bolt, which made this decision easy. I'm just gonna brainstorm. Since I have no action, I can dig for answers. If I play Wasteland, he won't be able to play Jace or Natural Order. Mutavault will be able to block the Hierarch, but I'm not worried about it right now. So I put this back, I play Wasteland, and he has 3 sources of green, 2 of red, and 3 of blue. They don't play any double red spells, so I'm not gonna waste Volcanic. I think I'll go for this. He will still have 3 blue here, but he won't be able to replay the click without tapping Hierarch. He wouldn't have been able to do that anyways. But if I draw another Wasteland, I can stop him out from blue completely. I don't think he plays Stifle, or otherwise I would have bounced the click with Caracas this time. And here comes the Bolt. Aha. Interesting. I'm gonna let that resolve. I'm just thinking about bouncing and free my mana, since he cannot replay it. I'm gonna let that resolve and bounce, click, end of turn. I think he has to go for it with Bolt anyways. I could be faking of thinking of countering this one. If I were him, I would Bolt it now, because if I untap, I will be able to hardcast Force of Will. So I have Mutavault for protection in worst case against his attack, so I will draw into some action. Okay, here I have, since Jace will survive at 1 counter if he attacks with both Hierarchs, I'm not gonna need a Mutavault. And instead I will play Wasteland and take away that source. So now if he did not draw the land, he won't be able to replay the click. And if he drew the bolt, I will be able to counter it. If I had a Mutavault instead, I would be able to convert to mana cost 2, but didn't expect him to draw 2 flip. Okay, so here we have that. And we will not need this. I'm gonna play Stoneforge for Batterskull. Which means I don't need this unless I want to counter something on 2, but things that cost 2 is Tormgoyf and Pride Mage, and I can source the Plowshares them. And if he do not play those, I will be able to source the Plowshares once, guys. Unless I'm gonna do it right now anyways, because if he draws a land, he will be able to play both Jace and Mature Order. I think I go for the safe plan. It will, yeah, it will block Hierarchy if I sword. Okay, so I put this on top. Seems weird, but it's me. And I'm gonna remove Hierarchy, limiting his options. So even if he had a bolt, I could activate this in response, but he's not having a bolt since Jace is alive. He got the Vendilion Click, which does nothing. It's also good to have Stoneforge on top if he somehow get it into play and want to look at my hand, which is empty right now, but could have had a card. Jace dies, I suppose. He did his work. So I play Sword of Feast and Famine and Batterskull. If I had Jit, I would have gone for it instead and equipped Sprite. But right now I think Batterskull is better. I'm on a healthy life total, so I might just swing in and raise that one dude. And since he had the Vendilion Click, I'm not gonna put it into play with Stoneforge. I gladly trade any of my creatures or the click, so I'm just gonna attack with everything. I could have equipped Battle Skull on another creature, but it doesn't matter much. And I did not play this land before combat, just to make him look at my hand and realize there is nothing. Yeah, okay, it would not have mattered since he is empty as well, but if he had one card and I had one card, he could be more tempted to target himself with click. And I'm just gonna trade it away. Oh, could have equipped Battle Skull, but I think it's better to spread it out a bit. I get more life if I equip Battle Skull on my Sprite. He won't even be able to block it, but if you draw some kind of removal, I will be a bit behind. Yeah, that visions will never solve it. Oh. Neat. I'm just gonna attack through with everything and leave mana up for Force of Will, while also having mana for days. I think I have to hurry up. All right. Oops. Never mind. I really like to take these out. They're nice, but I prefer this route. Spell Pierce is also very good. I bring these against Bant because they have Relic of Progenitus sometimes. Tarmogoyf. I don't know. I did not see any Grim Lavamancers, but you could make a case for those if you see Lavamancers. Disenchant? Nope. I don't think so, at least. The worst card in the deck now is actually Force of Will, because they will bring Red Blast, and all it does is make you discard another card. I do have problems with natural order resolving. I have Wrath, but that's not a lot, so maybe I keep some of those. Misstep kills it, stops Hierarch and removal, blasts. I really like those. This is extremely good against both Natural Order and Jace, since you can stop in their draw and force them to discard it and draw another card. Put it in on the bottom and draw another card. Alright. 2 Force of Will. This is